Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Sitting here in sunny California. It's almost spring. I didn't realize it was coming up so soon. But anyway, you're listening to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you as we always do, live with nothing but straight talk. Yep, that's how we do it up in here, straight talk. My wonderful hosts, I have two. You guys know how that goes. Mr. Keith Swanson, the AI man. Keith, I tell you, this AI is something else. Someone sent me a commercial, and I said, "Oh, you did so well." That she said, "AI did that." I said, "What?" Yeah.
Yeah. The AI video, new AI video thing that's getting ready to come out. Generators getting ready to come out. Called Tyler Perry actually canceled opening a $1 billion studio. So
why? Because of that?
It's because AI can produce believable video. Without a studio. With the right prompt, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you're gonna have to give me the name of the company that does.
No, don't tell her. Don't tell her nothing.
Tell me.
It's Subia or something like that. I can't remember the name of it.
Well, I'm gonna give you. There's one.
I think it's called Subia. I think that's what it's called. I'm not quite sure what it is.
They got quite a few, and they got one. You send them your pictures, and you tell them your age, and they generate you about 40 different poses,
Yeah.
I mean, my God. You guys been talking to the AI man. That's Mr. Keith Swanson. Everybody been looking for him. Well, I don't believe he exists. I think it'll make him more unbelievable now, seeing all this stuff that AI making. We can't even convince him now, Keith, that you are real. But they'll see you. April 27th, going down, Black Writers on Tour at the Carson Community Center. It's going to be more dynamic than ever before. And Mr. Keith is going to be there in the flesh. Right, Keith?
Yeah, I will be there. Did you see the Taylor Swift AI-generated pictures where they had her all naked and painted in Chiefs colors and stuff like that?
No.
Yeah. Oh, there's a big scandal about that. They went around the internet. Somebody generated a Taylor Swift in poses in the crowd with naked. So.
And they can do that with anybody with this new AI stuff.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, you guys, my other co-host is Shawannah Bordenave. She's a real estate guru, extraordinary. She buy houses, sell houses, flip houses, skip houses. She just does everything to houses. How you doing, Shawannah?
I'm doing fantastic, Dr. Rosie. You know what I'm planning on doing this year, probably in the next couple of months, is teaching people how to do the same thing that I do. So we're going to be hosting a yes. I want to show people, because I think everybody deserves to buy a piece of property this year, next year, the following year, and be excited about it. So if you want to check it out and you want to be involved, you can call me. Let me know you want to be put on the list.
Okay.
And I'll give you my number, 818-201-6565. That's 818-201-6565. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to show you how to find the properties, how to fund the properties, how to get it funded, how to fix them, and how to flip them or keep them, whichever one you want to do.
Oh, so that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I always brag about you.
I know. Is that going to be a face-to-face? That's going to be face to face.
It's definitely going to be virtual. I may have some face to face too, depending on where we're going to be having it. I may have it face to face, but it's definitely going to be hybrid. It's going to be global because, we all want to learn, not just people right here in front of us. Right. Everybody wants to learn, and I want to put it out there for everyone. So
and
if you want to be part of it.
A lot of people that have going overseas, and those skills are transferable.
Yeah, that's incredible. We'll definitely be looking forward to that, and we'll be talking about it and announcing it on this show. Well, you guys, today, thank you so much, Shawannah. Today we have a show for you. I think it's time to do the show. We're going to talk about 5 things to do to prevent homelessness for your children and your spouse in case of your passing. I'll say that again. 5 things to do to prevent your family from become homeless in case you die. Now, most people don't want to talk about that. They go, I don't want to talk about that. Whether you talk about it or not, it's going to happen. In fact, Carl Nelson said to me, he said, Doc, we're all sitting in death waiting room. And I said to him, yes, but I bet ain't nobody going to the desk arguing about I was here first and how come you didn't call me.
I know you didn't. You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
Only Dr. Rosie. Only Dr. Rosie.
Yes, I did. Ain't nobody mad because you called me first. I've been here the longest. What you call her for? I've been here 89 years. Okay?
Nobody wants that number.
No, nobody wants that number. Nobody wants that death number. Okay? But whether you want it or not, interesting folks, more people have been killed and mass murdered in this country than the days we've had in this year. That's deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
that is deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you might as well start thinking about family. Please start talking. Start thinking about what would happen to my spouse if I died today. What would happen to my children? Would they become homeless? That's the topic. The homelessness is a problem, and it will get worse as the day go by. Let me give you an example of something. I have a client whose mother passed, and she left the daughter and her grandson the property. Okay? Now, so what happened is, remember we talked about Prop 19, you guys, that did not pass when I said it was the biggest land grab that I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. We didn't get a chance to get it on the ballot. But look at this scenario, Keith. The daughter can't move into the house. Remember, Prop 19, if you don't move into your parent residence, the one that they were living in when they died,
okay,
then the property is going to go up. Okay. If one of the children can't move in. Okay. Her grandson, her son, is living in the property. But the good thing about it, your grandmother had paid that house off. So her child is able to live in the house, which is, the deceased grandchild, doesn't have to pay any rent, just keep up the house and the water bill and grass and keep the house up, okay? Get the tax. The grandmother was paying $742 twice a year for tax. That's about $1,500 a year. Since the daughter could not move into the house and parent the child, that's out. Grandchild live in the house, but under the new law, a grandchild is not exempt with the parented child unless their parents, both parents, are deceased. Follow the trend.
Wow.
The tax right now is $10,712 a year. That's almost $900 a month, isn't
it? Wow, that is a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And it's based on a value of $590,000. Now, what do you think the tax going to be if the property was $1 million? Come on, Shawannah.
Wow.
Do you guys realize what's going on? So a lot of people going to lose their home just because they cannot pay the taxes. What if she had
They cannot.
What if she had a $2,000 monthly payment, a mortgage. Now the tax goes on top of that. Folks, we better be thinking about what will happen to our children and what will happen to our spouse when we make our transition. So let's take a look at some of the things that we need to do when it comes to the children. Number one, folks, we need to start paying these homes off. I mean, if you go on a 30-year mortgage, set it where you can pay, even though you have 30, so you can pay the minimum amount, but put it on bi-weekly or pay extra so often to try to get that house paid off in 15 years. Because a lot of people are not buying houses until they're in their 60s and 70s, right, Shawannah?
Right, they're not, yeah.
Yeah, and you got 30-year mortgage, so you know it's not going to be paid before you leave here. So you need to think about that. Can my children afford to keep this house going? So here's some things you need to do. Number one, you need to accelerate paying off your mortgage. If you have to get together with the children for them to help you pay it off, because they're going to be one to inherit it. We got to understand collaboration. We have to go back now, because what has happened is we have taken a 365-degree turn. What am I talking about? I remember in the days when someone got married, you guys, they stayed at home. They didn't go get no house, got married, moved on up there with mom and dad. Then we got where we moved from the South, came out here, stayed with Uncle Bob and Liz until we found a place. But now can't nobody stay with us. Wow. But guess what? Somebody going to stay with you now. I bet you. I bet you your kids coming back home, your grandkids coming with them, and your brother or sister might be asking, can I share a room? That's 360-degree turnaround. So looking at the facts now, looking at what is happening, when you see something coming, what do you do, Keith? You move out the way, right? Prepare for it.
Yeah.
Can you all see this coming? That the average person not going to be able to afford a home, particularly if they want to stay in Los Angeles. Do you see it coming?
It's not coming. It's already here.
Absolutely.
Already
here. It's already here.
So what do? We need to, it's especially if the kids don't have a home, put extra into your parents' mortgage because they're leaving it to you. Now, the other thing, you need to have life insurance, and I'm running it to people. You have enough life insurance to pay the mortgage off or pay it way down. Most people, the first thing they let go when they have a financial crisis is their insurance policy, because they feel like I can always get another policy. But that's not always true.
Not at the same price.
Yeah. Not at the same price, and maybe not at all.
Yeah.
Depends on your health condition.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing you should let go. And I see people doing that every day. Well, I can get some more insurance. But then you get it at so high that you can't afford it. And time thing get tough, you letting it go again.
Yeah.
So we talked about two things that you need to do. It's serious, folks. I know you haven't heard people talking about pay the house off. If anything, they're saying borrow some money on it. Get a reverse mortgage. You hear all kinds of things because people not thinking about what if I die. I know you don't want to hear that word, but we're all going to die. Now, the next thing you should do is teach your children. We're talking about children. We're going to talk about the spouse later. Teach them about finance. You should allow them to pay your mortgage, pay the rent, utility, car, because they have no clue. They just think all I'm inheriting this house, I can cover this house. No, they didn't see the water bill. They didn't see the gas bill during the wintertime, which is $500 and $600 a month. They don't think about you paid to cut the lawn. They don't think about plumbing, the miscellaneous that can come to more than what your whole house note is. So, Keith, what do you think would happen if a parent sat down, the kid, 16, 17, okay, you're going to write the checks out this month. Next month, Sue is going to write it. You think that's a pretty good plan?
It is.
Give a shock to reality.
That's a good training. Just look at the books and see how things are actually ran. And if you have to actually physically sit down and write the check and figure out a budget, then yeah, that's actually good training.
Absolutely. Then they get
the old school mothers used to do that, especially to their daughters, right? Have them sit down and actually write the checks and go pay the bills, even though it wasn't their money, but they actually knew how to run a house.
They were getting a feel. And then when miscellaneous come up, they're looking, wait a minute, it's $700 for plumbing? Yeah. Your incidental can come to more than your monthly bill sometimes. Don't you think these young people need to know that? Or your wife needs to know it? I have clients where the wife say, I don't even know where the mortgage is paid. My husband took care of everything.
Oh, my gosh. So many times. So many times. I ask people that question. They always say, oh, my husband takes care of it. I'm like, really?
They think that's cute, okay?
Yeah.
But it isn't cute, you guys.
Yeah, she doesn't want to know. Yeah.
I don't even know who the mortgage go to.
Yeah, the plausible deniability, so I don't have to worry about it.
When he closes his eyes, she'll figure it out. It's a difficult task to navigate.
Right. Yeah.
Because the secret's going to the grave with him.
Yeah. And plus those other bills that she didn't know about, and that child support he been paying that she didn't know about. Okay? So you got to be in the know. But when you sit them kids down, that's why it's a good time to plug my 3 books. So I think it's the Bible for economics. That's Getting Out of Debt Made Simple, Creating a Budget Made Simple, and Understanding Credit Made Simple. Folks, that's critical. It's critical. Why is it so critical? Because if you don't teach them these skills, they are surely to lose whatever you're leaving for them because they are not financial savvy. So there go another person being homeless. Now, another thing you can do to teach them is show them the accounts and your mortgage account. Show them the interest statement. Show them where you paid $3,700 mortgage and $1,100 went toward the principal. Do you think that'll shock them?
It would, yeah. It would, and then you compare it to how much they would make if they are working, how much they make, and how much it costs to actually maintain a household.
And if that house was paid off. I owe Home Depot. I bought some things there for the house. The guy was doing some repairs.
Okay.
I got a letter from them last week.
Okay.
Letting me know that my credit is almost 800. So these companies are not going on your credit. Did you guys know that? They charging everybody the same rate.
Yeah, and
they can go up when they choose. I got a letter saying that their interest rates were going up to 29.9% annually. Did you hear me? And it say, and if you don't approve of it, then they can just cancel your card. Well, you can cancel it. I'm not going to pay you about 29% interest rate. That's almost 30%. You'll never get them paid.
They did something similar back in 2007, 2008, during the crisis. They started jacking up interest rates and said if you don't like it, we'll cancel your card. It's happening again.
Yeah, and somebody told me that monthly payments on all their cards were being raised. How can you do that? I mean, wow.
They can do it. And it's called a bank. Okay, it's in the literature. They can raise rates, at any time.
If you don't want your children homeless, folks, I hope you listen to this. You need to, when you show them that bill, pennies or whatever credit card, and it'll tell you on there, if you pay this $65 a month on this $3,000, you're gonna pay $8,000 when it's finished. They show you it's right there in writing. We need to show it to our children. And they'll think twice about running out just to getting a credit card because they go, oh no, they taking all of my money. We have to do that if we're talking about trying to keep your child from being homeless. And talk to them about sharing. We can't share a house. Somebody said to me the other week, in fact, it was a cousin of mine. We was talking about she should go live with her son because she's really not able to take care of herself. Well, I don't want to do that because they only have one bathroom. You know what I'm saying? How many did you have when you were coming up with your four kids and the other folks who moved in your house? Barbara, have we lost our cool?
You know, Dr. Rosie, it's Barbara Gates. I was just thinking about that. People with the 800, 890 FICO scores, they think that's a big deal. My sister was always bragging about her FICO score, but she can't buy anything. So I agreed to share with her my qualified income with my raggedy FICO score.
Touche.
Because the platform that she stands on is that I don't owe nobody nothing. Well, you got great credit score, but you got no income, you got no money. They want to leverage your ability to pay them back. And so here I'm sitting over here, I'm leveraging, I'm making money. Okay? And she said, well, I don't think I'll need it. Till she got to the real estate agent, she said, yes, your score is great, but you can't qualify for the loan. Hello.
Yep.
But we don't know what we don't know.
Right. That's right. That's why we have to start preparing. And you got to say to them, okay, you may have to, if something happened to me, you know you can't pay this nobody, don't you lose this house. Now you can rent. You got 2 extra rooms here. You need to rent a room. Mm-hmm. We got to say that. They don't know. We got to do that. And then we have to say, if you guys have to refinance this property, you all go in and do it together. You don't have to live in it, but help your sister out. You still own equity. You can write part of it off for your taxes. Folks, I'm just talking about down home, basic wisdom that we can share to stop some of this eviction and homelessness. If you don't want your child to be homeless, you better listen up. When you close your eyes, I bet you 50% of the people out there right now that with these high mortgages and high interest rates, and Barbara, I don't know if you've owned, I just shared with them, we talked about Prop 19. One of my customer mother passed, and their tax went from $1,500 a month to $10,000 a year. That's almost $900 a month.
To piggyback on what you just said, if you acquire that property from parent to child, let's just say it's a 6-unit building, only 1 unit is not going to be adjusted to fair market value because they say you can only live in one. So you pick the one you want to live in. The other 7 are going to pay the highest tax rate available to that category of property. That's just
absolutely. And if your rents are too low, you're losing that property because you can't raise the rent only so much. Folks, you better start talking about what will happen if you die. Not if you die. Let me retract it. When you die. Yeah, when. Because it's going to happen. I'm trying to think, how is it that a parent cannot think to have these type of conversations? Because nobody had it with them, right?
Yep.
That's right.
That's right.
Wow. Folks, we're in trouble. And I tell you, those who haven't been in Los Angeles County or Los Angeles, you come here 15 years from now, you're going to be saying, where the black folks?
They ain't going to be in Compton either because you can't afford it here. That market is dried up. That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed, yeah.
Absolutely, folks. So where do you go? You go to Mississippi, what you going to do there? You don't own any land. Where you going? Where are you going? That becomes a question.
Where are you going, and can your money follow you when you go?
What money?
Wherever you work, you got to earn some kind of money. So
I don't think they don't give you the kind of money in other states for being even on welfare as they do here. That's why a lot of people want to come to California for better benefits.
Yeah, they did.
But the cost goes right along with that benefit. There's a direct correlation to the amount of money you earn to what it's going to cost you to stay here. Sunshine is expensive.
Yeah. It's the people in the middle that are getting killed.
Wow.
If you're poor or you're rich, then you can, you can survive. But the thing is, the people in the middle can't. That's where the problems come.
Exactly.
But if you go back to what Dr. Rosie is talking about, when back in the day, when everybody coming from the South to the northern states stayed with Auntie Bobo. stayed with Uncle Jim. Yeah, and you leveraged your relationships in the family and your income to help them, to help you, and you just passed it on, and we always paid it forward. We have stopped paying it forward. We all got our own individual 2,000 square foot nightmare that we struggle with every 30 days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me give the number out for those who want to chime in. It's 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. Call us and give us your take. We're talking about how to teach the children. Someone have the mic open. Close your mic. Otherwise, the technician will probably disconnect you.
Yeah. Somebody has a lot of background noise. Yeah.
Yes. If you want to email us, you can email us here at innerlightradio, INNER, innerlightradio@yahoo.com. So we're talking about what we need to teach the children. Number one, we're going to go to the spouse now. Same thing. You sitting there laughing and hee-hawing, you know, I don't work, my husband take care of me, I'm a kept woman. Yeah, what happened when he dies? Is the home paid off? What you gonna do? Does he have enough life insurance to pay it off? What you gonna do? You've been happily married for 52 years, and now you about to become homeless. Well, you've been married long enough to have paid the house off, but y'all wanted to take a trip, and you want to keep up with the Joneses. Lady down the street bought a brand new car, so you wanted to outdo her, so you got one. You got bills. Both of y'all got bills. You flow showing. You looking. You high rolling. You don't work. Oh, you play bridge. Oh,
like little upper middle class white ladies, huh? And
yeah.
You drink tea, play bridge, drink tea, huh?
Yeah, on Wednesday you play bridge. But when that man up and down on you, what you gonna do? I had a client, you guys, and they were both getting Social Security. Had a pretty good little Social Security check. So they always thought, she said, if she go first, we'll be okay. If he go first, you know, we can still pay rent. We're okay. She didn't know that Barbara, that you can't get both of the checks. She thought when he died, she would keep getting his check and hers. When he died, 2 months later, she would get an eviction notice because she couldn't pay the rent. She was going to be evicted except somebody was able to help get her in one of the senior places. Folks, do you understand? There's a lot of people don't know that. They really do think they can get both checks. How come we don't have the information we need to live on a daily basis? Why is that? Can somebody answer me?
Yeah, we choose not to know, a lot of us, because there's no reason not to have it nowadays.
How would they know, though? You know, how would they know that they can't get both checks? You know, the number you guys is
financial illiteracy.
That's it.
Financial illiteracy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The number here again, someone at is 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. Yeah. So she was about to become homeless. Now, the same thing with sharing and paying any bills. Wife or husband. You guys both need to know what's going on. How much is the light bill? How much is the miscellaneous? How much is the interest on the house? How many years we got left on the house? I mean, knowing nothing when one person died. Don't even know. I think he had insurance on the job. Let me call and see. You shouldn't be calling no job to see about no insurance. You should know.
Yeah.
I don't understand people living together and nobody know anything about the other. I think he had a pension. God have mercy. Help us, Jesus.
Too busy hiding information from each other.
Yeah. He got an account over here. Well, I know he got an account at Bank of America, but see, I wasn't on that account. See, we got separate accounts. You wasn't on it? And you're not the beneficiary? Oh, well.
Yeah, that's why I said communication and sitting down and actually having the bills on one spreadsheet so that everybody knows exactly who has what, where what goes, and what bills has to be paid, and have an honest talk about it. And if you want to keep a certain amount of money out of your paycheck, it's time to talk about it. Okay.
Agree upon it.
Agree upon it. Yeah.
Agree upon it. Because my daughter did that. What they did, they decided that she would have so much money for a personal account for her miscellaneous hair and all the little stuff she wanted to do.
Right.
Then they would put so much money in his account.
Yeah.
But when you run out of that, you just done for that month.
Yeah.
Because if you go over in this part over here, it's for our vacation money. She had a little account for everything. And it made sense. Very, very smart.
The thing is that's why I always suggest the book Your Money, Your Life by Joe Dominguez, right? Is because he teaches, he doesn't make judgments about what you spend your money on. Saying is, does what you spend your money on, is it important enough to you to actually spend it on? The way you
he spent more time in court.
That's not important, and it clears everything up. So okay, why do you need to spend this money? Why do you need to go spend $400 on your hair? Okay, not that it's wrong, but why do you need to do it? Because it's going to take away from someplace else. So
can you afford it?
Can you afford it, or can you afford to do without the other things that you're going to, that it could be spent on?
Right.
So,
what's the title of that book again, Keith?
It's called Your Money or Your Life by Joe Dominguez.
Your Money or Your Life.
Yeah. I bought 4 of them. I loaned them to 4 women and never got them back. Okay.
I guess they,
but a lot of
probably didn't even read it.
Oh, they read it. That's like they read. Oh, yeah, they showed me the cards where they tracked their money for a month and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it changed a lot of their habits. That's how come they never gave it back.
If you start just looking at credit cards, when you look at interest, and you see what you paid. Now, anytime somebody lets you have $3,000 and tell you can pay $61 a month, now y'all know something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You'll be paying forever.
Yeah, the thing is, what do you spend it on? It's not that you use the credit card. What do you spend it on, and is that what you spent it on important enough? Because everybody tells you that money is time. Okay, you're trading your time, and what he said, you're trading your life energy for money. Okay.
I think we have another call on 213. I don't know if they're holding.
Okay.
If you have a comment, 213, just jump right in. We're talking about spouses. We're talking about these kept women. I'm so sick of these kept women. That you kept all right. You wait till he died and see how you gonna be kept up in here. You better keep
kept
yourself.
in the dark.
That's where they want to be. They're in their little cocoon. Okay, I don't want to know nothing. Okay.
That's funny. You said they kept in the dark, huh, Bart?
They want to be in the dark. They don't want to know anything.
Oh, they think it's cute.
It's cute.
They playing bridge, girl. My husband take care of everything.
Take care of everything.
I don't even know. I don't know who to pay the house note to.
I never see a bill. You never see a mortgage. I know this. Everything gets taken care of.
Oh, that's real cute. Then when he died, you trying to, did he have insurance? And the sad part, then you found out he had insurance, but his first wife was a beneficiary. Y'all better ask some questions.
Yeah.
You better find out what's going on, not only at home with him. You better know what's going on that job.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know if you're on there the beneficiary, because sometimes men just forget. They forget that they didn't take their other wife off of their insurance policy.
You know what a lot of men feel is if they feel that you don't care, they don't bring it up. Because I'm sure at some point a man will try to see what your interest is in what he does, right? If you kind of rebuff it like, I don't want to know about that, I don't care about that, and you act like you don't care, he'll stop telling you.
Keith, you just made a point. Because a lot of women do that. He take care of that girl.
Don't bother me. Yeah, you take care of it. I don't care about that. You do. How come you don't pay it? Well, you need to tell me, and he'll stop telling you.
Women, I hope you're listening. I hope you are listening. You need to let your man know what matters to you.
Yeah. If you sit down and you're fair about the bills and about the money and stuff like that, he'll include you. Okay. Because he wants to include you. believe it or not, most men want to include their wives in what they do and the bills and the struggles that they're going through. And most women, they don't want that stress on them, because if you know about the bills, you know about the money, you know where the money's going, you know how hard it is to maintain a lifestyle, that's stress. And most women don't want that stress. They want to put all that stress on that man's back.
That's the man's job, right? That's your job.
And some people, they said pressure is made for shoulders and not hips, and that's the.
Now wait a minute, I haven't heard that. Keith, you come up with all these off the wall.
I got it from a friend of mine. That's what he said. He said pressure is made for shoulders and not hips.
Wow. Well, all I know, you all better ask somebody. You know, you need to discuss what's going on in the household finance. Just sit down one day. That just sounds kind of cruel to sit down and ask your husband, how would things, let's take a look at what would happen to me if you make your change. Okay, don't say die, since y'all scared of saying die. Use this word. When you take your flight, I think he'll get the picture. Because he might go, where am I going? I didn't say I was going nowhere. Okay. Well, when you make your transition, let's take a look at how things will be with me. Folks, you need to do that. Everybody needs to do that.
Call it, because you got a lot of background noise. So if you come off mute, go ahead and chime in.
Dr. Rosie, it's Barbara Gates. It goes back to what you were saying. I'll be right back. Remember that passage that you read to us? Yeah. I'll be right back. What happens if I be right back don't happen?
Oh, my God. Oh, that is so frightening. They don't know what the insurance policy is, don't know if he got one. You need to pull it out and see what it says. Folks, let me tell you, there are folks out there selling insurance policy, and you have a high value, but it's for accidental death only. I've seen it too many times. Oh, yeah, I got a policy, I got a $500,000 policy. It's accidental death only. You all need to pull these policies out and read them. I don't care if it's a policy on your house, if it's fire, whatever it is, your car insurance, pull it out. Don't be satisfied with the fact that, yes, I have insurance. Do you have just a minimum amount? Is it $15,000 covered, $30,000? Does it cover if the person does? Come on, folks. We got to start reading our stuff.
Yes.
Look at that insurance policy on the house. Does it cover the garage if it burned down? Does it cover your content?
Yeah, and it might be good to keep somebody, whether it's a lawyer or a paralegal, probably good to have a service for people just to read these kind of contracts. Somebody that's actually good at it. Pay them $30. Hey, man, I don't know what this says. Read this for me and tell me what it says. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
For us, it's a struggle. But somebody that does it every day, they can look at it in like 5 minutes and say, okay, this is what it says. I've seen this before. Blah blah blah. You know, it'd be good to have a service like that where you can just call somebody, right, and say, hey, look, here's my stuff. Here's this contract. Read it for me.
Absolutely. Look over my insurance.
Yeah.
I think we have a caller. Caller, go ahead. Caller.
I was checking it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just listened? Okay, go ahead and put yourself on mute so we don't get background noise. Please.
Okay, I think we have another call on 213. Caller, go ahead. Give us your name. If you have a question, maybe you're just listening.
Oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
That was it. That was him.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going on mute. He's just listening.
So you want to discuss, people. Women don't think it's cute. Men, don't you think it's cute either? Because I hear all the time, my wife take care of everything. I bring in the bacon. You better bring in more than bacon. You better know.
Yes.
You better know what's going on in that house.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're joined at the hip. That's what they say. You're not just a person, an appendage to be taken care of. You're joined at the hip. You know, you're supposed to cleave into one flesh, right? That means you share everything. Okay.
Right.
And most men would love to offload. I'm not saying all. There's some guys that they want to be Superman. Most men want to share that stress. Okay, they want to believe
really do.
that you actually invested in it, right? And most women do not. The reason most women avoid that stuff because going over money unless you're really good at it is stressful. Okay.
Unless you're good at it and got some.
Unless you will.
That's the key right there. You have to have some.
Shawannah is an outlier. Okay, she's not human. Okay. She loves this stuff. She ain't human. Well, unless you're Shawannah, okay, most people still just see bills and money, and handling money is stressful. And men, if a woman, since it's his responsibility, he would love to share. But the thing is, if she rebuffs it, he's not going to tell her. He's going to stop telling her.
You know what I believe? What I believe, Keith? I believe that, we stress over money because we believe that, okay, I don't have the money. But if you look at what you owe, you plan it out. You got to plan these things out. People forget to plan, and that's why you get stressed. If you know that you have accumulated, let's say $10,000 worth of bills.
Right.
$8,000 is not going to make it. So you need to sit down and figure out how you're going to get an additional $8,000. Because I always say have more than your bill money so that you can have money, saving money as well. Because you always want to be at least 6 months ahead of your bills. Yeah. You don't want to wait to have your bills paid. You want to be 6 months ahead of your bills. You need to know what your bills are. Write them down. You need to pick up my manifestation planner. It's out there. In the back of each one of those months has your bills. You put your bills down there. You put in how many bills you have, whether it's your gas bill, water bill, all your bills. You put in how much money you have coming in, and you put in how much money you're saving. This is guaranteed a success plan. And then you have a journal that plans your week out for you. What's your plans for tomorrow? What's your plans for the following day? When your future doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, it's because you didn't plan it. Yeah. So if you didn't plan it, it's not going to happen how you want it. Yeah. But I guarantee if we stop and think about how much money we have to spend a month, we can figure out how to bring in that extra money. It is a possibility. It is possible.
You know what you want to
bring in the money that you need, and you don't have to stress.
Yeah, you know
but
what
you want to present it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I always say you have to plug the leaks in the boat first. Okay.
Right.
You're taking on water, you're sinking. So the first thing you have to do is plug the leaks in the boat first before you start bailing the water out. Okay. That's what I always say. And the thing is, my friend, he used to be a world-class wrestler. He said, what's the best way to get out of a hold, right? Not to get in the hold in the first place. Okay. In other words, if you pay attention to your bills before you get into debt, okay, you would never get into that debt in the first place. You can actually plan it out. And I was looking at this series right on Netflix about getting people out of debt, right? And this woman earned $250,000 a year, okay? And they asked her how come she was in debt, and they said, well, go get your bills. So she walks over to the mailbox, right? She had 3 months of bills still stuffed in the mailbox that she never looked at. That's stress, okay? Why didn't you
that is stress.
See what it is? She says, because I didn't want to see them.
You know what? In my book, Getting Out of Debt Made Simple, I show people 75 simple ways to save money. People don't realize when they just walk around the lights on in every house. And if you have kids, what you can do is give them an incentive. I remember once my daughter wanted to buy something. I said, well, as soon as we can get these bills down, light bills and everything, then maybe I have enough left to do this thing. They start policing each other. Mama, he outside playing ball and he got the lights on. They about to fight each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
And see, you got to make it known. When you have kids, when there's an economic crisis, parents, I don't know what's wrong with you. Well, I don't want the kids to know. You let a bill come in. I said, look, y'all better call grandmama. Y'all going to be reading. You're going to be doing your homework and the dog. There's light bill ain't paid. I mean, light bill ain't paid. Nope. You got to let them know. They think you rich. If you got a house and a car, they really think you rich. They have no idea how you could be struggling, So...
all those little snacks that you get, stuff like that. If we can't pay the light bill, then you're not going to get the snacks. You're not going to get the little trips. You're not going to get all the little things that you like to do. Okay, that has to be cut aside because we have to do this first. Okay,
so we don't show them. We have to show them. Yeah, and it just just by driving your car, you just got to get the book. It shows you 75 ways. Getting Out of Debt Made Simple. If you're not in debt, the techniques, the strategy will cause you to save a whole lot of money if you're not in debt. Just letting your car get almost empty. You burning more gas. People just have no idea having too much weight in your car, whole bunch of stuff just riding around week after week.
Why do you have a whole bunch of stuff in your car in the first place?
I know, and burning heat and all this kind of stuff when it should be off. Water bills leaking. You know, when you go to the store, make a list and don't get anything that you didn't go to get. If you start making that, it's really fun because you catch yourself. Oh, I need to get this. No, not on your list, Rosie. You have to come back next time. It helps you create a habit. Just run up in the store, grabbing everything they say on sale.
Yeah. And what Shawannah does is similar to what Joe Dominguez does. When you write this stuff down, right, it brings this stuff into your awareness. If you write it down every day, what you plan, what you spend, what your bills are, and you schedule all this stuff, it brings into your awareness. Now you're aware of how much it costs, what you have to pay, and what you cannot waste money on. So if you want to get that $10 latte from Starbucks, it's, oh, wait a minute, I got to pay this. I got this money going this way. You know, in other words, it brings it into your awareness.
And you should look at if you're a couple.
Bad example, Keith.
Yeah.
That's a bad example.
Number one.
What goes into your latte? What goes into your latte?
When I become mayor, I better not catch poor people up in Starbucks. It's like if I catch them with a Tesla in their garage and they rent, I'm gonna arrest them. I'm gonna create a whole lot of new laws.
Instead of going to Starbucks, basically they have all these latte machines and all these different flavors. You can go online, you can buy this stuff and make it at home, and not even go into Starbucks, and it's fresher. Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing, you guys, is so important that we just don't stop and take the time. Look at your car insurance. Why are you paying for $100 deductible? You know damn well if you have an accident, you ain't gonna report that damage if it's not at least $1,000. My deductible is $1,000. So what you go, well, I may not have $1,000. Why are you prophesying over your life that you're gonna be poor? I have $1,000 deductible. Because if I have a $500 fixer, I'm not going to report to my insurance company because they're going up whether I was at fault or not. Folks, it's a little thing that we need to sit down and discuss. I think if family would come into discussion, they would have much more money. We would be much better off. But everybody's doing their own thing. You sitting up in a house, it's like you pennies, the husband's pennies, and you seers. One don't know what the other one doing. You know, this is insane, but you got to be talking. The bottom line, folks, if your husband die, can you make it? Will you be homeless? That's what I'm trying to drive home today. Will your children be homeless?
Oh
I know you don't want to talk about
people.
It. Oh, my God.
So many people.
I know so many wives. I know wives and husbands.
Yeah.
And wives and husbands.
It's like, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen to your special needs child?
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Come on, folks. There are a lot of women who are running everything. Their husband's sick, laid off, haven't worked for years, but y'all never said come together. So you're working. You got a good job. You satisfied. Y'all make enough money. You understand that he's sick, that he got hurt. He can't work anymore. He gets a disability check or he getting Social Security, whatever he's getting. But you never sit down and say, if I die today, will this disabled husband of mine, will he be homeless? See, look, folks, the mortgage holder don't give a damn about your husband being disabled. If that house note ain't paid, he's going to have to get up out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people don't want to know, but you know, awareness can be stressful. The thing is, if you don't plan for it and you don't make plans for it, then it'll remain stressful. And most people will want to remain ignorant. They like their lifestyle as long as they roll in. Doesn't matter if the credit card falls tomorrow, you'll be out of the house. It don't matter as long as we rolling. You know, it's all good.
Look, you should not stress, you guys. Don't be stressing over bills. Make sure you eat properly, get you some good food, take care of yourself. Because these creditors, it says in the Bible, the poor you shall have with you always. Well, the bills you may have with you always, but I'm not going to cut down on my good eating. creditors are not going to come first in my life. That's why I pay these bills, don't have a bunch of creditors. Because how you feel when you work all week long on a job you don't even like?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And that's the worst.
And when you get your check, Shawannah, everybody get paid but you. Something is wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
I remember
definitely wrong with it.
I remember in my early marriage when we were having some little financial challenge. My husband used to go to the store. Oh, he buy soap, just load up with food. I said, but did you pay? He said, we eat first.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He said,
I heard that.
My family gonna eat first.
Yeah.
Okay? We gonna get what we want to eat, and if something left, I'll pay the bills.
Yeah.
Okay? Because sometimes you get caught up in situation, bills can get so far out of whack. Don't stress over it.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, but some of you really, Keith, I can run it in the ground.
Go ahead.
Some of you need to go ahead and just file bankrupt. That's why they made the law.
Yeah.
You're going to put yourself through all that stress and got over your head. Somebody charging you 30% interest. They done got all you owed them in the first 6 months.
Yeah,
if you bankrupt, you bankrupt. This system can cause people really, because you didn't increase the gas price. You were doing okay. Y'all was holding on. You were making enough money. But up, pop the gas increase. Up, pop this. Did you do it?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what bankrupt is? You bankrupt when you cannot pay your bills. Why are you going to struggle? I know a lady stopped taking her high blood pressure medicine, taking one a day, Shawannah, when she should have been taking two, because she had to pay for her medicine. Folks, ain't no creditor on this planet worth more than my life. Because you can rebuild credit. You can rebuild credit quicker than you can rebuild your health. Are y'all listening? You can rebuild credit, okay, faster than you can rebuild your health if you let it go through stress and worry over bills. Can't afford it? Go back the way Grandmama did. Put the money in a can. Pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do layaway, but create the layaway in your own mind. I need to buy this. It costs $150. Put in layaway. Layaway means putting the money over his side for it. Stop making these creditors rich. You got to stop it. Now, the other thing when we talk about spouse, when the spouse dies, y'all need to have a conversation. You need to say, well, look, honey, now, when I'm out of here, this house note, he'll sit down and look at, your check won't pay that. You don't have enough money to pay that. So let's talk to Sue. That's one of your kids. Let's talk to Sue about moving in with you if something happened to me. Come on, folks. I'm trying to help you. As the preacher said, I'm trying to take you somewhere. You understand? Let's talk to Billy. Maybe Billy, he has a child living with him. It doesn't matter. You got 4 bedrooms here. Don't wait till I die to talk to Billy about can they move in. Let's talk about that now. And let's talk about how we can do it. Maybe we need to add another bathroom. Or maybe we need to do this or do that. Folks, I hope you're listening. Now, or you can say, well, you know what? This house is too big for you. You can't afford it when I'm gone. Let's talk to Lily and see if you can rent a room with your daughter. Is this making sense, you guys?
Yeah.
This needs to be done. And Lily could say, yeah, Mama, you can move in with me, but we need to do this. Or I need to have this done. And maybe they can help you start doing that. You got to start preparing for your parents, just like parents prepare for the children. Children, you have to start looking at what type of preparation that you can make for your parents if you really care about them. Okay? Because when that spouse dies, you should be thinking about, even if they haven't thought about it, you should be thinking about, if Mama would die, what's going to happen with Daddy? Then y'all need to start planning. Do you want him homeless? Or will he be able to come live with you? Folks, I know this is not a comfortable conversation, but it is one that we do need to have. You need to talk to your parents. You need to talk to your children. You need to ask your adult children, if your husband died, what would happen? How can you make it? If that person is single, you need to say to your children, do you have life insurance? I remember once I told my sister, at the time she didn't have life insurance. I said, now, you know, if something happened to you, those kids will be coming to live with me. I said, I can tell you right now, they would be treated much better if you leave something for them. That's real talk. I'm going to take care of them, but I'll probably be mad some of the time because there were 4 of them that I would have had to take. After that, she went and got insurance because she understood. Folks, it's not fair for you to up and leave kids and you have not prepared for them. It's just not right. I don't care what you have to cut out. You need to get some insurance. You need to have something to leave to take care of your children if you leave here before they get grown.
But you know what, Dr. Rosie, I'm going to tell you, and, you know, I'm a stickler with this. You got to teach your kids to take care of themselves, too, especially ones that are not taking care of themselves and they sit up here needing the mom and dad and everybody. No, you need to start taking care of yourself. Stop handicapping your kids because you're not going to always be around. And, you know, you can set up things. You can have $1 million set up for them. But if you don't teach them ahead of time how to handle that $1 million, it's going to be gone. And they're going to be stuck in the same place. So it's not really just about you got to teach them. And when you see that your kids are needy, stop giving it to them. Start letting them figure it out. Now, when they need it, if they really need it that bad, then you can talk to them. But I think you need to start teaching children to take care of themselves. That's the best way of teaching kids.
Well,
stop handicapping them and giving them money.
Well, that's why I believe, I don't care if a child is 3rd and 4th grade, I think children should have an allowance. And I think that allowance should be based on incentive. I can give you this much, but if I have to tell you to take the trash out, I'm deducting. If I have to tell you to make your bed up, I'm subtracting. That's teaching
have
for
that
the real
whiteboard.
world.
Have that whiteboard, because I used to have a whiteboard on the wall.
They hate the whiteboard.
Taking the trash out, washing the dishes, sweeping the floor. You know, they had some rules. You got to set those rules. That's what's going to happen.
They hated that whiteboard, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? No, they actually liked it.
Oh, did they?
Believe it or not, they're like, oh yeah, because they knew what they were getting at the end of the week.
Okay.
So it was really fun. It became a fun thing, and they checked. I did it. I'm washing the dishes today. No, I'm rinsing. I'm putting away. Each one of them was a little bit more points. So it becomes exciting. It becomes chores. It becomes to-dos. And, you know, we need to learn some to-dos. We need to learn how to prioritize what we need to do on a daily basis.
And if you start
every day we're sitting up here just letting our life go. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you call your friend, hey, what you doing today? Oh, I'm working, doing the same old, same old. No, stop doing the same old, and start planning out your life. Who's going to plan it out? No one but you. You know what? Another thing, Dr. Rosie, I want to say, people say, I am. Stop using God's name in vain. That came from the Bible. I am. When God spoke, he spoke positive. Stop speaking negative. Stop saying I am broke. God would never say that. Stop cursing his name. I am rich. I am filled with abundance. I am. Say what you want to be, and that's what you're going to be, period.
You know, you're absolutely right. But let it come from the bottom of your soul. You hear folks, I'm rich, but you sitting your ass on the couch. Ain't looking for no job. Ain't trying to get one. I'm just going to speak it. See, now, a lot of Christian folks run this in the ground. And you are so right, Shawannah. Get her book. You got to learn to be positive, but you got to put to work with it. So, child, I'm going to claim it. You better get up and do it. Talk about claiming. But, folks, let me tell you something. You got to, and you're right. There should be an incentive. Yes. Whatever you're giving your children allowance, they should not get that amount allocated if they have not done their responsibility. If you have to wake them up, if I have to wake you up in the morning, I'm subtracting because you have a long clock. You teach
Don't let
them
them sleep.
Principles. Right.
Don't let them sleep. Don't let them close the door on you. What are you doing behind those closed doors? Don't let them do that. You train them ahead of time. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You know what? You know, some parents, they go, child, I don't go in my kid's room. I said, my kids didn't have no room. Your kids didn't have no room? I said, no, it wasn't there. It was mine, because they were not boarders. When you start paying rent, then you can say, leave your door closed. If you ain't paying no rent, open that door. I'm going in there.
I thought I was Bruce Lee, Dr. Rosie. My son used to close that door. I said, did I tell you not to lock that door? I was like, bam, kicked that door open. It fell off the hinges. And I said, now the door is not there. And I went to his house not too long ago, and I said, where's the door? He said, I removed it. I did like you. He said, I didn't kick it off. I just took it off the hinges. It's in the garage.
No, we have to have some rules. But, folks, bottom line, it's all about talking about money. It's all about talking about, I want you to go home. It may not be comfortable. I need you to sit down and look at your husband and wife. I need you guys to say, you know what? If I leave here today, what will happen to you?
Yeah,
I think we got a call on 432.
One last call. We got a couple of minutes, caller. 432. We got a couple of minutes. So jump
go ahead,
in.
caller.
Don't be shy.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
Oh, you just listening?
Okay.
Oh, okay. What we got on the board? We got something on the board. Okay. I think the show is going to air.
It's going to air at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right? This is from caller 432, I think it was. Okay. I paid all of my bills with my girlfriend. Oh, no, this is from Leah Les from Carson. I paid all of my bills with my girlfriend for over 10 years, never showed her a bill because she never had any real money in her life, and I wanted her to save a little and enjoy life. When things got hard for me, we finally had a talk about bills, and she dropped $40,000 and paid everything off from the money she had been saving. We've been married for over 27 years. Yeah, she's a keeper.
Wow, way to go. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Save some money.
That's a teammate. Yeah.
Yeah, if your husband give you a budget, don't spend all the money he give you. He didn't give it to you to go save some. So when times get hard, back in the day, that's what women did. I'm telling you. They could always, when things got tough, well, baby, let me call my sister, see if I can get a loan from her. She went right in there and got that money out of her little sack. She would say,
you know where that comes from, Dr. Rose? I was listening to an African woman, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's where that comes from. That's an African proverb for the wife to save money like that.
Absolutely. I used to do that, and when things got, well, let me see if my sister let us have it. I already.
Sorry. They call that pin money, huh?
Yeah, women used to be known to have some money. They said, I bet you she got something.
Yeah.
You would take a little, if your husband gave you $200 to go to the market, you would spend $150 on groceries, and you kept back $50. People back in the day believed in save something for a rainy day. You don't hear that anymore, because it's gonna be a rainy day.
Yeah.
And you're gonna run to somebody, and they not gonna have it. Women, I'm gonna say this: a woman should always have some money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah.
You don't get down to your last dime. You stop before you get to that last. You should have that in your mind. I would not get below a certain amount. You ought to at least have $200 that you can put your hand on anytime. I don't care how small your money is. I don't care if you're on welfare. I don't care if you're on disability. You ought to have $200. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
It's absolutely important. But folks, I want you to ask your kids. If you die tomorrow, what's going to happen to your kids? Would they have a place to stay? I want you to talk to your husband. I want you to talk to your wife. Say, baby, I love you. But now my check is this and yours is that. So if I die, let's talk about what you're going to do. I do trust, and I have women saying, well, I don't want to leave the house to the husband because he'll lose it. He don't make enough money to keep this house. So I want to leave the house to my kid. You got to be surprised what goes on when people doing their planning. He can't keep this house if I die. Okay? Now, the conversation shouldn't be, I want to leave it for my kids. It should be putting your kids together and the husband saying, if I die, my husband cannot pay this house note. Yeah. Can one of you all move in?
Yeah. Okay. And the thing is, and this is something that I'm going through with some professors, right? Our children should be trained to be more than they should be trained to be better than us, more than self-sufficient. So they shouldn't need to move into our house or be taken care of by us. Okay, if we haven't done that, then we've kind of fallen down on our job. I know times are tough, but things we haven't prepared our kids. Yeah.
I don't agree with that. You know why?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Because the times are so different. None of us ever thought that your child would have to pay $2,000 for a one bedroom. Okay. This economy now, since COVID, since the last 4 years, that's why more people are moving back home. They really can't afford. You don't want them out struggling. You don't want them out selling drugs. You don't want them out doing stupid stuff to try to make a living. I'd rather they move back home than to be in jail.
I agree with that. I agree with
that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go, Shawannah.
I agree with Dr. Rosie, what she's saying. But at the same time, there was a time years ago, you're saying $2,000 is a lot of money right now. We didn't make $2,000 30 years ago. $2,000 was like really a lot of money. And you're capable today, especially since COVID, to make money in all different arenas. I mean, Dr. Rosie, where you're teaching people how to do AI. How many people have decided to join your class to teach how to do the AI marketing, how to do AI and make some money with it? There's a lot of people out there that's making money doing these type of things. How many people say that they want to buy real estate? And how many people called me right now? That when I said, I'm going to teach you, I've been doing this for 30 years, and I am very good at it. And I can teach people how to do it. How many people do it? No one's taking the action. You got to take the action.
That is true, but the thing is,
Shawannah is the Valley girl. Okay, you guys, y'all listen.
I'm an LA girl.
Yeah, but the thing is, no matter how well you take care of your COVID should have taught us, it doesn't matter. Okay, you could be young, you taking care of your kids. The thing is that your life is not certain. Okay. Yeah. And you have to be able to teach your children to be self-sufficient if you happen to go. I mean, and then if you're still there and they need help, that's help them to the best as possible.
And don't have them relying on jobs, Keith. That's the problem, particularly with our people. Everybody go to college, get a good and look at all the young people ain't hit college a day, millionaires, doing all type of entrepreneur stuff.
Dr. Rosie, I do the vision board workshops all the time with the high schoolers, all the time. And they're in there, and I say, you know what, before you go to college, because I hear all the people going to college, what are they going to college for? Business and finance. Well, what are you going to do with the business and finance? Yeah. Let's figure out what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to get good at, and let's go for that. Yeah. Let's go after what you want to do, not just what college is telling you to do. Yeah. Because college prepares you to be smart, but life prepares you for what you need to do for your future. So you plan out your life today so that your future tomorrow is bright. Yeah. Don't play today if you want to have everything that you want tomorrow. Plan out your life today. Make your life happen by choice and not by chance, and stop playing. Be about it. Be about it. And that's what I try to show people. To be about exactly what they're talking about.
75% of college graduates are not even working in the field that they train in.
That's fine. Deep. But you think college teachers? What I'm
saying, they come out and get a job, Keith, that had nothing to do with what they went to school with, but yet they got a school loan over their head. College is not for everybody, but I tell you what is for everybody: being responsible for making a way for yourself. That's for everybody. True. That's for everybody. Something else on the board before we jump out of here.
Okay. So these high rents and house prices are due to the economic fail of America. On a global level, many countries are regaining control over their resources. Post-America British colonialism, and all Western countries will suffer as they should. We black people just happen to be here during the decline. That's very true. I'm going to send you guys something that I found on I think it was TikTok about why these home prices and room prices are so high. I'll send you guys something. I won't do it here, but I'll email it to you guys. She actually was there during 2010. She actually explained exactly what happened. So it's 100%. But I'll send it to you guys.
Wow. Yeah. Well, folks, this has been a wonderful show. But bottom line, I want you all to go ask your husband, ask your wife. And I know he's going to say, well, why are you saying that? You sick? You getting ready to die? No, I'm getting ready to live. But when I die, and if I die sooner than I expect to, folks, please have this conversation. I know it may not be comfortable, but if we don't have it, you're going to have more black folks walking the street up on the tents in L.A. You have not seen homelessness yet. You have not seen it yet, folks.
Isn't that on the back?
Prop 1. Prop 1 talks about homelessness.
What
is Prop 1? Tell me Prop 1. What do you think about Prop 1? Real quick before we hang up, before we discontinue.
I'm
Prop
not
1 talks
sure.
about homelessness.
Yeah. The devil is always in the details. What are we giving up? That's what I don't know. That's why I don't trust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know how they got all those tricky things and everything they promised, like they promised when we had the lottery, there would be better schools. These crooks ain't doing nothing.
Look at Prop 19.
That's what I'm saying. Look what happened with Prop 19. You guys better prop your... Oh, I almost said something.
Proposition, read your propositions. Don't let somebody guide you. This is my talk to you today because today is the day.
Yep, today's the day.
Don't let someone tell you what to vote for.
And we got to close. We got to close out, folks.
Yes, you can read it and understand it before you vote on it.
Yes,
read it,
ma'am.
Understand it before you vote on it. That's it.
And take care of yourself.
Preach, girl. She's preaching today.
Don't rely on politicians. Rely on yourself, your God, and what your parents taught you, and most of all, common sense. You guys make sure you go to my YouTube channel. That's Dr. Rosie /YouTube.com. You'll find it. Just go Dr. Rosie on YouTube, and you'll find 267 archived shows where we've had Dr. Anderson, George Frazier. I mean, everything, every topic that can be discussed, you guys, is on YouTube under Dr. Rosie's channel. Make sure you go there and send your friends there, because what we talk about, you're not going to hear it on Channel 2, Channel 7, Fox 5. You need to go to my YouTube channel. Folks, it's been great. Go home, talk to your people. Talk to them about if you make your transition, what you going to do. All right, you guys, it's been great. Shawannah was on fire today. She talked today. Lord have mercy. The girl must got religion all of a sudden.
Don't put no water on her.
Amen. God be speaking to me. He's
telling me
don't
put no water on her. Let her burn.
She been baptized, filled with the Holy Ghost. Go on, girl. She's speaking in tongues today.